Imagine, you connect with the audience on quite a deep level. When you go into topics like this, you are, talking to people's, I guess a lot of their innermost fears, a lot of things that they keep quite personal. How's the reaction been? I guess maybe starting with family or friends, have they listened to the show and then do they come up to you and want to talk about their problems?
Look, I have sent out we usually operate about a month ahead in terms of recording to release. But a number of times we've had episodes that are relevant that, I've sent to friends and said, like, for example, last year we did something on big life crises, and at the time a friend of mine was dying, and I actually steered the conversation more to toward that sort of crisis, grief and dying, rather than losing your job or losing a relationship, although we did touch on those. But I sent it out to, other friends and said, look, there's some really good stuff in here about how you deal with this stuff, and have a listen. So it has prompted some really interesting discussions with people. And I think it's part of hopefully a wider movement in society for people to, no one feels anxious or weird saying, I've got a sore knee. We're allowed to talk about our physical health. And 20 years ago, there was a great deal of shame and kind of embarrassment in talking about mental health. And there still is to an extent, but I feel that's changing quite rapidly. It does feel more personal, more like, there's something, if you've got a sore knee, it feels like there's something wrong with your knee. If you're experiencing a mental health difficulty, it feels like there's something wrong with you, even though the causes might be quite kind of chemical and not really. So it is more personal and harder to talk about, but certainly I've had lots of really good conversations with people over the past year